So there are some dramatic shifts going on in both areas. So let's start with viewership. The primary trends that are driving this change are twofold. One, we have a significant proliferation of over-the-top platforms, both devices and services. And two, there's significantly more content being made available on all of these platforms. So if you look at NBCUniversal, for example, we've been a leader in this space, distributing both our linear networks on new DMVPD services, new subscription services, and also making our on-demand content available through full season stacking on both the TV Everywhere platforms, on Hulu and our own platforms as well. And what we're seeing in terms of the impact of that on viewership is really quite stunning. So take a hit show like This Is Us. If you look at linear viewership on our linear networks versus what all of those digital platforms combined are generating in terms of total viewership, it's basically a 50-50 split at this point. So it's driving significantly more viewership, and the proportion of digital platforms is at 50% for one of our biggest shows. On average, for our primetime shows, it's already at 30%. So if you play that out over the next few years, you can see how dramatic the shift towards these platforms is already. And what it allows us to do is basically bring all the capabilities that you are accustomed to from a digital perspective to television content on these new platforms. We can ad serve digitally, we can do creative versioning, we can do third-party tracking, we can move the ball forward on 30-second commercials and run both engagement ads and interactive ads. And so what that presents in terms of an opportunity is now we can use all the digital capabilities that you're accustomed to in television content on all of these platforms. We can digitally ad serve, we can do creative versioning, we can do third-party tracking, and we can run new forms of advertising that push the boundary beyond the 30-second commercial, both engagement ads and interactive ads. Second topic is measurement. Measurement has never really been caught up and continues to not be caught up with this viewership trend. If you look at the C3, C7 currency that currently is the primary currency for the television ecosystem, most of the viewership trends that I'm describing fall outside of that measurement approach. So what we're employing at this point is really a best by platform measurement approach that we call our total audience measurement approach, and that's what we're talking to clients about in terms of thinking about the net reach and the significant growth in consumption that those shows are generating on those platforms. And one of the interesting things that we're seeing is the combination of this proliferation of over-the-top and digital platforms combined with significant growth in demand for digital video. We talked about our growth in the upfront this year being 42% in digital video advertising. So seeing demand basically outstrip supply and a growth in viewership towards those platforms, we think actually creates an opportunity for content that might historically been purely looked at as non-ad supported SVOD content. So we announced a partnership with Hulu this summer that basically will take This Is Us and allow the back seasons, so season 2, to be consumed in an ad-supported way at the same time that it's also available on Hulu's SVOD platform. That's an industry first, we believe. And what it does for a marketer is it allows them not only to tap into season 2, which soon will be launching, but all those people that have not yet become fans of that show, and the viewership that we believe that will get created by that will allow marketers to tap into that combined pool, increasing their overall reach and being able to have significantly more digital video supply, which is what they're looking for.
So, tell us about the advent of data and automation, what it means to your business, as you'd like to explain.
Yeah, so that's another significant strategic priority for us as a company, has been for the past 2 to 3 years. You interviewed Denise Colella on my team earlier. I'm sure she talked a lot about this. We had significant growth in all of our data-enabled products. In the upfront this year, we've been in the business for the longest. We started this journey about 3 years ago. We've made significant investments in all of our capabilities and platforms, and we're seeing the industry finally starting to move in more significant ways. What we see as the next trend there really is an increasing focus on the automation of the transaction. So you can bring data to the equation already in terms of creating target segments that we can activate both on linear television as well as our digital platforms. But the automation layer is what both marketers and agency partners are asking for. And so you'll see us make announcements actually in the foreseeable future that continue to expand on the availability of our inventory through automated platforms. We have a programmatic TV platform in place already. All of our national TV inventory can be planned through 3 DSP partners that we announced a while ago, and you'll see that list continue to expand significantly over the next 6 to 12 months.